Have you ever heard of a country that was home to Roman emperors, built a mighty medieval empire, endured 400 years under foreign rule, and then sparked the First World War? This is the story of Serbia, a nation forged in the fires of history, a land of strength, struggle, and survival, right in the heart of the Balkans. Long before the Serbs arrived, this land cradled some of Europe's earliest civilizations, like the Vinča culture, dating back to 5000 BCE. Fast forward a few thousand years, and the region becomes a prized possession of the Roman Empire. Cities like Singidunum, what we now call Belgrade, became bustling hubs of trade and military power. In fact, 18 Roman emperors, including the legendary Constantine the Great who legalized Christianity, were born right here, on modern Serbian soil. After the Western Roman Empire crumbled, the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantium, took over, leaving a deep and lasting mark on Serbia's culture and faith. Then, during the 6th and 7th centuries, Slavic tribes began to migrate into the Balkans. They mixed with the local populations, and over time, the Serbian identity began to take shape. A huge turning point came in the 9th century with the arrival of Christianity. It was Saint Sava, a prince who became a monk, who truly cemented the faith in the nation's heart. In 1219, he established the independent Serbian Orthodox Church, giving the people not just a spiritual guide, but a powerful sense of national unity. This spiritual awakening coincided with a political one. Under the Nemanjić Dynasty, Serbia blossomed into a powerful and respected medieval kingdom. The absolute peak of this era came under the rule of Stefan Dušan, also known as Dušan the Mighty. In the mid-14th century, he expanded the Serbian Empire to cover most of the Balkans, stretching from the Adriatic to the Aegean Sea. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was a lawgiver, introducing Dušan's Code, a sophisticated legal system for its time. Under his reign, Serbia was a beacon of art, culture, and learning. But, as is often the case with great empires, it couldn't last. After Dušan's death, internal conflicts weakened the empire, leaving it vulnerable to a new, rising power from the east. By the late 14th century, the Ottoman Turks were sweeping into Europe. This collision of empires came to a head in 1389 at the Battle of Kosovo. Led by Prince Lazar, the Serbian forces faced the mighty Ottoman army. Although it was a devastating defeat for the Serbs, the battle became something more. It transformed into a legendary symbol of heroism, sacrifice, and the unbreakable Serbian spirit. The legend of Kosovo would echo through the centuries, becoming a cornerstone of national identity. Over the next few decades, piece by piece, Serbia was absorbed into the Ottoman Empire, with the final conquest in 1459. For over 400 years, Serbian life was transformed. The vibrant culture and Orthodox faith were suppressed, but never extinguished. Hidden away in remote monasteries, monks painstakingly preserved religious texts and art, keeping the flame of Serbian heritage alive. Through folklore, faith, and small acts of resistance, the dream of freedom was never forgotten. Meanwhile, to the north, the Austrian Empire would occasionally take control of areas like Vojvodina, introducing a different, more Western European flavor to the mix. The spark of rebellion finally ignited in 1804. The first Serbian uprising, led by the charismatic Karađorđe Petrović, was a bold but ultimately unsuccessful attempt to throw off Ottoman rule. But it was a start. It marked the rebirth of the Serbian nation. A second uprising in 1815, led by the clever diplomat Miloš Obrenović, proved more successful. He managed to negotiate autonomy for Serbia within the Ottoman Empire. By 1830, the Principality of Serbia was officially recognized with its own ruler and government. Throughout the 19th century, as the Ottoman Empire continued to weaken, Serbia's power grew. In 1878, it finally achieved full independence, becoming the Kingdom of Serbia. The political scene was dominated by the intense rivalry between two dynasties, the Karađorđević and the Obrenović families, whose struggles for the throne shaped the country's path. With its newfound independence, Serbia became a leader for other South Slavic peoples still living under foreign rule, championing the cause of liberation. This fiery nationalist spirit would have world-altering consequences. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Sarajevo by Gavrilo Princip, a young Bosnian Serb nationalist. This single act lit the fuse that exploded into World War I. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, and the alliance systems kicked in, dragging the world into one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. Despite being vastly outnumbered and outgunned, the Serbian army fought with incredible courage, earning the respect of its allies. But the cost was catastrophic. Serbia suffered some of the worst losses of any nation in the war, losing over a quarter of its entire population. Yet, from the ashes of this devastation, Serbia emerged on the winning side. In 1918, it became the heart of a new, unified state, the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, which would later be renamed Yugoslavia in 1929. This new union faced its own immense challenges. During World War II, Yugoslavia was invaded and carved up by Nazi Germany and its allies. A brutal and complex war was fought on Serbian soil, not just against the occupiers, but also a civil war between the royalist Chetniks and the communist partisans, led by Josip Broz Tito. After the war, it was Tito's partisans who emerged victorious. He established a new socialist federation, with Serbia as one of its 6 republics. Under Tito's unique brand of communism, Yugoslavia maintained a tricky balancing act. Independent from the Soviet Union, it forged its own path of non-alignment and enjoyed relative stability and prosperity for several decades. But this unity was held together by Tito's strong leadership. After his death in 1980, old ethnic tensions, long suppressed, began to bubble to the surface. As communism collapsed across Eastern Europe in the late 1980s and early 1990s, Yugoslavia began to fracture. Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, and Macedonia all declared their independence, triggering a series of brutal and tragic wars. Serbia, under the leadership of Slobodan Milošević, remained in a federation with Montenegro, but found itself at the center of the conflicts. The Yugoslav wars of the 1990s left deep and painful scars across the entire region. Serbia faced international sanctions, economic collapse, and political isolation. The conflict in Kosovo in the late 90s between Serbian forces and ethnic Albanian separatists culminated in NATO's bombing campaign against Serbia in 1999, which forced its withdrawal from the province. The final chapter of Yugoslavia's story came in 2006, when Montenegro peacefully voted for independence. This officially ended the state union, and the modern Republic of Serbia was born. Since then, Serbia has been on a long journey of rebuilding its economy, strengthening its democracy, and repairing its relationships with the world. It is a candidate for membership in the European Union, though the unresolved status of Kosovo, which declared its own independence in 2008, remains a significant diplomatic hurdle. Today, Serbia is a nation buzzing with life, fiercely proud of its rich cultural heritage, its Orthodox faith, and its contributions to the world of art, science, and especially sports. Its capital, Belgrade, is one of Europe's oldest continuously inhabited cities, a living testament to resilience. It has been destroyed and rebuilt over 40 times, a perfect symbol for the nation itself. From the glorious medieval empire of the Nemanjić Dynasty to the struggles of the 20th century and the pursuit of a modern European future, the history of Serbia is a powerful saga of faith resilience and the unbreakable spirit of a people determined to write their own destiny. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this journey through Serbian history interesting, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the stories that shaped our world. See you next time.